What?
What's going on, everyone? John and Audrey here, back again with the Real Talk Podcast, episode 70, the big 7-0,
Woohoo!
Audrey.
Hell
Which
yeah.
I hope I live to see that day when I'm 70. But
70 is not
yeah,
that old.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But like for me, like think about it, like a 70-year-old, this is like pretty old. But at the
Yeah.
same time, if you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, it's like fuck, like you're
It's
only
not
here
a
for
lot.
70 years. Like
Yeah. Because, like, my grandma now is like 84.
yeah.
And I'm like, damn. like, I don't know how to explain it. Because
Yeah.
I feel like we think it's a long time, but it's really not.
Nah. I guess it's because like the perception of it, and also like you look older, but at the same time, like there's plenty of people like chilling, like still doing stuff like 70, 80, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like
Yeah.
that's, I mean, I feel like now it's like a health one. Oh, that's why you gotta watch what you eat and exercise regularly, you know?
Yeah. And that's why, like, back in the day when I was little, I would be like messing around or joking. I'd be like, man, like 50 is so old. Like, I thought 50 was like you were already ready to die. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh shit, that's crazy.
50 is the
20 years
new
away.
What do they say? 40 is the new 30, or
Yeah. 30s are the new 20s.
Yeah, so we're about to hit 20, Audrey.
Woohoo! That'd be dope. I wish we could go backwards. Like, age backwards in a way.
The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's the same shit, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd just be cool. Like, if you could go back to being like little for like a day, do you have a specific time that you would want to go back to?
See, with these type of questions, I go all in though. Like, would I know? Would I be aware that I'm going back in time?
Okay, let me put it this way. John from the future, meaning you, would go back in time to little John, and you could like hang out with him. Like, you would tell him like, hey dude, like I'm you from the future. And you could hang out with him, and like, I don't know, like you guys would just like talk it up. I'm pretty sure you would have questions for your future self.
Yeah.
But you could just go back to like reliving one memory or like one day in your childhood. Do you have one? Yeah.
Well, not I don't have like a specific memory right now, but I would definitely be like, hey, open up a savings, like a Roth IRA account, you know what I'm saying?
Like, just so it would all be like financial. Yeah. It would all be like, you know, don't spend that money, save it. I don't know, man. That's always been a slippery slope for me, because I always thought like I'm gonna die tomorrow or like something, so I might as well just like spend the money while I have it. But now I'm kind of like, well, shit. Like, what if I don't? What if I am still around? What am I gonna do?
What if I get like, fuck, I'm gonna need that cash.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a slippery slope.
Yeah.
But I think it is. I'm getting a little bit better at my idea behind the saving the money part.
Yeah.
Especially right now with everything that's happening, I feel like a lot of people are struggling. So it's really important to see that you have savings.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that are hopefully is kind of like bringing to everybody, like that you actually need an emergency fund, you know, like,
yeah,
because like anything can happen, you know, and hopefully it's changing how people like, you know, like save or like, you know, all that stuff. It's definitely opened up. Like even before that, I was trying to do that, but even now it's like definitely like it made me more interested in like looking into like how to just not like work your 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? Like have other ways of like income and like how to save it and invest it as well, you know? So because it's like it's kind of hard, dude, if you're just trying to be like a millionaire out of nothing.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It is hard, but I feel like at this day and age we're at the perfect time. You know, like we have all the resources available to where you can make a living almost doing anything, you know?
Yeah.
So I think you just kind of have to put in the work. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like my dad was actually talking to me about that the other day that I saw him, like that he kind of like thinks it's crazy how nowadays like there's kids that are like 16 and he's like, yeah, he's like, and they're like millionaires off of YouTube. Like they do like TikToks and all that and they make money. And I'm like, yeah, he's like, at my age, he's like, at that age I couldn't like even dream about having like $100. He's like, that was like a lot of money for me. And I was
Yeah.
like, damn, it made me sad. Because I'm like, I wonder like what would have happened like if our parents had had the opportunity that we kind of have now. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely. We have our
We
first
have
comment here. Our fellow loyal viewer here, Gangster Puffs. Hey, it's a real talk. Love you guys. Hell yeah.
we didn't even announce it. We were starting to get better. Well, I was starting to actually like try a little bit, and then I didn't do it this week. I'm sorry. So probably a lot of people are like not even tuned in.
And especially because we missed last week because it was kind of just like hectic. It was like a really busy week for me last week.
I remember you told me, yeah, because you had a
Like,
lot
yeah,
going on.
had a lot going on. It's like, fuck. And then
How
like the
was
times that I did have available, like something would pop up.
Yeah. No, I know. And how was your weekend?
It was cool. I don't know. I think I remember telling you something that I was gonna do. It was like for like a little mini getaway or whatever.
Oh yeah. I was like, I was like, wait, I don't know if he's talking about that, but yeah. Okay, but that
Yeah,
was
but
like during the week, right?
yeah, that was during the week. Since like that's like what the days we had off and stuff. And it
Yeah.
was cool because like then you get to enjoy more things, especially now like if well like we went to dinner and it was like not a lot of people. So it was cool because of like COVID. So it's like, all right, cool. Like
Yeah.
there's not a lot of people here. Like there's not much traffic and all that stuff. So it was cool. We had a lot of fun. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Where did you go? Where did you end up going?
We just kind of had like reservations to this Italian place, Buca
Oh, okay.
the Peppo, or I don't know what it was called, but it turned out really good.
But you didn't like go somewhere, like to another city or something?
No, we kind of just stayed around here.
Oh, okay.
It was
I
kind of
thought.
like something like
Oh, okay. I thought you went like to the beach or like somewhere
oh
else.
nah,
Oh, okay. My bad.
not
Well,
this
that's
time.
cool. But I mean, that's cool because even like when you just have like a little date set up, it's still really enjoyable.
Yeah,
I want to go on like a little getaway, but like actually like stay somewhere not here,
yeah,
like at least somewhere like 2 hours away. Because yeah, we haven't done that in a while, so it'd be nice.
yeah. And those we have already some stuff like lined up too, which is cool. It keeps us like looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, that's cool. But in California, I think it's so much easier because like you could go to the beach and stay somewhere there, and it automatically kind of feels like you're on a vacation somewhere else. You know,
yeah.
if that makes sense. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Or you could go north to the mountains
Mm-hmm.
and go
Yeah, and I feel
camping.
like it's big enough where it's like, yeah, like if you drive a little bit, it feels different.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're driving up north to like San Francisco or something.
I remember when I would drive to Disneyland and I would have to go to Anaheim. I mean, even from inland to Anaheim, it felt different.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh shit! Like Anaheim just felt different to me because
It's
Anaheim's
just
considered orange OC, right? Or no?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like consider that. It's way more bougie or something.
Well, Anaheim's actually. I mean, I don't want to like be mean, but I don't really like Anaheim. Like I don't think it's that pretty. I think
Besides Disney, it's
Disneyland.
ghetto or what?
I mean, it's like not ghetto, but it's just not. It's not great. Like you would think it'd be like amazing because that's where Disneyland is, but honestly, everything kind of surrounding it looks kind of just normal. You know,
Yeah.
there's prettier places I think out there.
100%. I think so too. Rama says there are more ways now to make money than it was 2 or 3 decades ago. Downside is those today's ways either don't come with benefits or don't pay much. The key is to have multiple streams of income. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you can put in a lot of work on something and it's like, not working or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you have to, it's kind of like the YouTube stuff, right? Like you kind of have to be like not a one-hit wonder, but it's like, fuck, like think about like where they started, you know what I'm saying? And like where they ended up and all that stuff. And like,
Yeah.
even like ways to do online, or even if like you want to do like stuff on your own, but
Yeah.
basically like, be your own boss or something like Uber or Lyft or something. Like you said, it doesn't come with benefits and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's true. That's the only shitty part is that like if you do decide to go on your own, you won't get benefits.
Yeah. And then you get fucking taxed still.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's definitely it's hard. I
It's hard
think
out here for a pimp.
yeah, it's honestly I think just up to you and your mindset, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy, you know?
Is Anaheim the armpit of SoCal? LOL.
I wouldn't say that. I don't want to be mean, but like I said, I was just saying like it's not that great in my opinion. But there's another little place. My cousin lived there, and it's like 5 minutes away from Anaheim. What is it called? It has a weird name because it's super small. And I remember I went to go visit him, and I was like, dude, like I would have never known this was here. Yeah, you're right.
No way.
Yeah.
I was just like guessing.
No, yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
But it's actually really nice though. Like the little area.
It sounds like placenta. I was like,
I know. I never liked the name. I mean, I want to say it is that placentia. I think it is. But yeah, it's really pretty. Anyways, yeah, so we were talking about the income. So yeah, I mean, especially in Cali because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
I would advise you to move somewhere else.
I kind of want to. I really do.
But at the same time, that's your home, and you know you got your family there, and I know that it would be hard.
Yeah.
Especially if you decide to like start a family of your own one day.
Hey, but you did it. You came out to Cali. You risked it all.
I did. I was just me with my little suitcase. I was like, all right. And it was fun. I don't regret going to California. I mean, I love California, and I wish that I would have been able to do a lot more when I was there, but the stuff that I did do and experience was like totally worth it. Like I really liked it. It was a lot of fun.
Especially working at Pea Hut.
Hell yeah.
Me and Alex and
that was the best. That was the best thing that happened to me in California. Working at Pizza Hut. And to this day, like when I tell people that I work at Disneyland, like they think it's so amazing. They're just like, oh my God. When in California, everyone works at fucking Disneyland. But here in Texas, people are like, oh, you worked at Disneyland? They can't even imagine it.
I kind of forgot that you did.
Because I only worked there for like 9 months. But
that's almost like a year. What you mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Were you there? Were you at Amazon longer?
No, I think it was like around the same time. That's usually my time frame. I shouldn't say this because if any possible employers watch this.
Employers, yeah.
But that's usually my time. Like I think Pizza Hut was the one where I stayed the longest.
Yeah.
Because usually I just dip. Hey, Rob.
Rob, what's up, man? Late to the party here, bro. Usually the first one. Good to see you, Rob. And then, do you live in Texas, Audrey? How's the condition there right now? Hope everyone's okay. Yes, Audrey, give everybody an update because everybody, you know.
Everyone was so worried about it.
Texas is going through it.
John was like, Audrey, are you okay? I'm losing my co-host. She's over there. No, yeah, we're good. I do live in Texas, but I'm in El Paso, and thankfully, we got really lucky because El Paso has its own electric, like, power. I guess it's called a grid. I don't know. But we're separate from all the rest of Texas. So all the rest of Texas was having, like, power outages, and they went, like, a long time. Like, I know I saw some people from San Antonio. They were, like, 5 days without water. So, yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad for other parts of Texas, but thankfully I wasn't affected by that at all. But yeah, I saw a lot of people that passed away because they like froze to death because it was so cold. For Texas, it was freaking cold. So, and no electricity, no water. So obviously they were in like horrible conditions. So yeah, it was really bad. But thankfully I heard that they got everything's moving now. So yeah,
everything's kind of getting situated. There's still a lot going on, but you know.
Yeah. Robert is saying hi to Gangsta Puss. But yeah, thanks, Rama. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was nuts, dude. That was crazy. I was thinking about that. I was like, damn, if I lost like electricity, like what would we do? I don't even have like a gallon of water, which I should. But I don't even have a gallon of water or like anything.
It's scary too. Like I always be seeing this stuff, like conspiracy stuff on TikTok. But yeah, there's this one lady that was talking about, about just make sure you have like a little kit prepared and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, like, you know what? Like we don't even have that. Like at least like some water saved up, you know, like somewhere that's not like our normal little stash or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and we say we're gonna do it, but we never do because we don't think it's gonna happen. But yeah, I would definitely now I kind
Yeah.
of want to have at least like a jug or some of water like somewhere, and like some candles, some emergency stuff just to have, you know, to help out because I was
Yeah.
it was pretty scary. But
He said hi, Robert.
anyways,
Hello.
so I want to know. I want to get into it already. I want to know what you've been watching because it's been a while, and you and I have not talked at all. So I have no idea. And yes, I can
Yeah.
spot your fucking what is it called?
Letterboxd.
But I don't. I honestly don't. I just go on there and I like log in my movies and I just
Yeah.
no
I was
business.
doing reviews for a little bit. Like I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do reviews, and I only got up to like 3. But I was like, hey, like I'm gonna try to knock out like a few a day to catch up or something. That'd be
On
pretty cool.
Letterbox.
Yeah, on Letterboxd.
I usually keep it very minimum. I keep it to like a sentence, maybe if that. Like I'll just
Yeah,
say like a word or something.
that's the thing. I try to do that, but I end up like just at least like a paragraph or something. Like, damn it! Like, I wanted to do something simple, like 2 sentences. Oh, Audrey, I can't hear you.
It muted again.
Okay.
It's because it says it keeps losing connection.
Yeah, I saw something about like my thing being unstable too. I turned off my Wi-Fi and my phone and stuff.
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell
should do
everybody downstairs to get off the Wi-Fi.
that. Yeah, for sure.
Someone's making a collect call or something downstairs.
Yeah. But
No, but
yeah,
I
no,
mean, to
I'm
answer
very
your
short.
question, like, I mean, like, dude, like last week it was super hectic. So I didn't really have a chance. So we did watch some stuff, but the other week I did get to knock out a lot. So I feel like the week we last did it, I did watch a lot, and then this past week I'm like, we barely watched a few things, but
It evens
going
out.
going back to the little thing we did for our like anniversary / Valentine's Day or whatever, we went to the drive-in. I think I mentioned it in the podcast or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched this movie called The Reckoning,
Oh yeah.
which I mean, I didn't really hear about. I was surprised when I found out that Neil Marshall directed it, which he directed The Descent and the previous Hellboy movie. So I was like, all right, like with him directing it, it's either like hit or miss. Like let's see what this is all about. And it wasn't really good. Wasn't that good?
It wasn't. Oh man,
No.
so it was definitely a miss.
Yeah,
Damn.
it was a miss. I mean, I like the acting from the main actress. She did pretty good, but I mean, other than that, like story wise and what it was trying to convey, like we've seen witch movies before, or like, hey, like people think you're a witch, but you're really not, And this is also kind of like a revenge film.
Yeah.
I saw one recently. The Nightingale was a perfect
Mm-hmm.
example of like an old like period kind of revenge film that kind of dealt with the same subject matter. But yeah, it's like it's something that's been done before, way better, and yeah, it was just kind of
It was just kind of whack.
it's kind of whack. No, not a lot
For
of
lack of a
major
better word.
stars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that sucks. That's unfortunate that you guys had to sit through a shitty movie. That's the
yeah,
worst. I hate that.
it's all right. I mean, we had pizza and snacks, and the whole point of it was like to do something like we did over one of our first dates.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. We still got out and everything, so it was pretty cool.
Plus, you were at the drive-in, so you guys could talk.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, this movie really sucks, huh?
Yeah.
You can't do that at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Well, you
That's something.
can.
Yeah, you know what? Like, think about it that way. The driving always has like its perks.
Yeah, bringing your own snacks is definitely one.
Yeah, 100%.
What would you give it on Letterboxd?
I gave it a 1.5. I think.
Damn.
I think I just gave it a 1.5 just for the lead's performance because she was pretty good. It's just, I mean, everything else kind of.
Like you were just like, oh, this is dumb. That's not going anywhere. That's crazy, dude. I didn't see that one that she gave it a 1.5.
Yeah.
Has that been your first movie of the year to give such a low score?
That low of a score, yeah. There was Cutthroat City that I gave a 2. And then Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind that I gave a 2.5. So that one's like my lowest score.
Damn.
so far.
Freaking reckoning. You landed
Yep.
yourself in the bottom.
No reckoning. But yeah, other than that, we finished The Queen's Gambit, which I fucking loved.
Hell yeah.
I want to read the book too. And again, it still has me playing chess every now and then where I have like free time against like a computer and stuff. And I thought I was like good up until I found out that I was playing this like intermediate one.
Oh,
And then you can
like,
change the difficulty because it was like at the top and then it said adaptive or something. I don't know, but then I slowly started to like knock out all of them, and then like I'm stuck at I'm forgetting what it's called. It's like the one after intermediate. Like there's like 3 of them.
It's
and
not
I can't
advanced?
beat the third one. I don't know if it's advanced. I think the next one is advanced.
Okay.
And then there's like master and all that stuff.
Queen's Gambit. No, yeah, that's a great show. I honestly kind of want to watch it again. It was one of those shows that like after you finish watching it, you're like, damn, you could totally watch this again, and it wouldn't be boring. But yeah, it was a really good show too. I'm glad you guys finished it.
Yeah, me too. I was hooked right from the beginning. Even when it was like the little girl, you know. I keep wanting to see her again because she was really good too. But yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy just like she knocked it out. I think this might be my favorite performance of her.
Wow.
But yeah, like I really like the story, everything about it, like the time period it was set in, and like I love the ending too. How like all her past like teammates or rivals or even like and slash lovers too.
Yeah.
Like they came back to like help her and stuff like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was like an Avengers assembled at that moment.
but with chess.
Yeah,
it was a really good show. I liked the ending a lot too, like you said. I thought that was like the perfect ending. But yeah, I agree with you. She definitely did an amazing job, and so did the child actress. I think overall, like the performances were good. The story was pretty much, for the most part, like a strong storyline. The writing was pretty good. So, and it was really aesthetically pleasing. I really liked the colors and like the sets and all that. It looked really nice.
Yeah.
So that's like a 10 out of 10 in our book for sure.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.5.
Wow. Almost a 5.
Almost a 5. Serious for me.
Damn.
Like I would love if the series came out on Blu-ray and it was like this little chess box or something. I don't know.
That'd be cool. That would be dope. And then like you could open it up and use it as an actual chessboard. That'd be dope.
That would be pretty cool. Because they did for the Stranger Things, they came out in like little VHS box sets. Like the paper one and then like the plastic one. So that's pretty cool. I'm still waiting on season 3.
I would definitely buy it if it came with something like that. Oh, did you watch the latest episode of WandaVision?
Oh yeah, 100%.
How are your feelings?
To be honest, I feel like everybody says this, like it just keeps getting better and better, like and once it reveals something, like something else is a question. But yeah, this last episode, the reveal happened, which is like everybody had that theory. Yeah, and then like I think last week it was kind of like, no, she can't be, well, spoilers here,
yeah,
like this person can be the villain because of this, and then like they just threw us for a loop. But I was like, you know what, that like that's how TV shows are, like they do something to throw you for a loop,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really liking this. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for Friday. Supposedly the last 3 episodes were supposed to be an hour long, and there's a theory again that there's like a secret 10th episode. So this one, they're gonna start being an hour long from now on. But I don't know. There's like a bunch of rumors and theories.
Wow. So. Yeah, no, it was a really cool ending. I really enjoyed the ending. I don't know how I felt about the whole like Office thing. Like the whole like
it was like Office, Modern Family, I think they said.
Yeah, I don't know how I felt about that. I mean, it was okay, but it just kind of felt like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I thought they could have done better with it. I don't know. Point is, I don't think I really cared for it. But other than that, everything was really good. Like you said, the big reveal was cool at the end. I'm really happy to see another witch. Involved. And she does such a good job. I love that actress, and I'm forgetting her name right now. But I
Yeah.
love her. I've liked her because she's always
God
been like
damn.
a secondary character in every movie that she's in.
Yeah.
But she's always been like super funny. I don't know why. I just find her really funny, like naturally funny. So I'm a big fan of hers. I really enjoy her, and I think in this show she's doing a really good job so far.
Yeah.
Hopefully they
Me
don't
too.
ruin her. Are you trying to look up her name?
Yeah. uh
I forget. It's because she's not really like. I don't think she's in anything where she's like the lead. Not that I've
she
seen.
had a show that she was like the lead in recently, like what I think it's like in the first or second season. But
I
yeah, I'm
remember.
forgetting.
I think I remember her from like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I think that's like the first time I saw her as the friend, but I can't think of much else that she's
Catherine
done.
Hahn.
Catherine Hahn. Fucking A. I would have never thought that was her name.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, so right
She's
now
great
that
though.
I'm in Google under the WandaVision thing, there's a cast list and there's a certain someone here that I haven't seen before.
John Krasinski.
Nah,
Who?
he was a villain in one of the past movies. That's all I'll say. And
Fassbender?
it's just his voice.
Fassbender.
Nah.
No? The old Fassbender. I mean, the old Fassbender. The old ones.
Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's just the voice?
Yeah, it's just his voice.
What's his name? Is it Thanos? No. Are you gonna tell me? I might have to look for it. I'm gonna have to look for
Yeah,
it right
one more
now.
guess and then I'll tell
Well,
you.
cause
He was a
it's cause
villain. Only his voice is like prominent. His voice is kind of iconic if you think about it.
what do you mean? Like in all the movies, it's just been his voice?
Well, in the movie that he appeared, he didn't come out as the character. He like voiced the character, and he's a villain.
In MCU?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Ultra. Shut up,
Mr.
really?
James Spader is listed here, but I mean, look, anybody can change it. I think. I don't know, but that's what happened with Evan Peters. He was there, and like nobody believed it. Like, oh, and then like he was. I was like, what the hell? So
Why would
I don't
it
know.
be Ultron?
Ultron Second Coming, because I honestly don't believe we've seen the last of him, because if that is true, that's kind of whack. They kind of wasted him.
They did waste him.
In the comics, like he did so much more. He comes back,
and he doesn't do shit in the movie. But I'm trying to think. Like, I wonder. That's cool. Well, I wonder how that's gonna come into play. This is gonna get really interesting then.
Or maybe like a flashback or something. I don't know.
Maybe it could very well be. Who knows?
We'll see. But Catherine Hahn she's been fantastic. I love that little outro music or whatever they did.
Oh yeah,
it was her the whole time or something.
Yeah, it was very reminiscent of like the Munsters or something like that. Addams Family style. Really cool.
Yeah.
Let me
Mr.
see.
Eddie S, what's up, man? We're talking about WandaVision, so
Hola.
If you're not up to date, just come back in a few.
Well, we're already done talking about it. We were just talking about it really quickly.
I just want to quickly say I think my favorite shtick so far it's probably been the Malcolm in the Middle one last week.
Yeah, that one was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But that's just because we're a kid of the 90s.
Yeah, and I think it's streaming on Hulu or something now, like the whole series.
And I was thinking about it. I was like, dude, what happened to Frankie Muniz?
Drugs. No, I don't know.
So he's just like gone, or I haven't seen him in anything. So I had that thought. I was like, what happened to Frankie Muniz?
I wonder how he looks now. I'm gonna look it up.
That's what Ben said. And
Frankie Muniz.
He looks the same.
Oh yeah, he just looks like older, I guess, but the same.
Yeah, but he looks exactly the same. I mean, he was
born in 85. He's 35 years old.
Yeah,
he's kind of handsome.
You think he was? You thought he was older?
I thought he was younger. I thought he was probably like our age. But no, because that shit or like late 90s, I think so. Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, and he was already like at least like I want to say 12, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyways, so yeah, moving on from WandaVision.
What have you been seeing, Audrey?
Well, I know you said it was random, but I finally watched the Beguiled
The Beguiled.
because I saw that they had it streaming somewhere. I can't remember where right now, but I was like, I feel like I'm just gonna watch it because I had been wanting to check it out since it came out.
Yeah, came out in 2017. Directed by Audrey's one of her favorite directors,
Yeah.
Sofia Coppola.
Yeah, and I gotta say I was a bit let down by this one. It wasn't my favorite of hers.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. And I don't think it was and I don't think it was even as pretty as her usual films are.
Yeah.
Like the cinematography or whatever. I mean, it was still nice. It was good cinematography. But overall, the storyline was a little bit weak for me because nothing really happens in a sense. And I was
Other than like the
expecting it.
beginning,
Yeah.
or like
It's like whatever's. And overall, I thought that there was going to be a lot more tension between like the girls and all the characters because obviously it's about like this soldier that gets wounded and these like boarding house or whatever of school of girls takes him in. uh so yeah, for some reason the way I remember it being portrayed in the trailers and all that, it seemed like it was going to be a lot more filled with
like a
tension
thriller or something.
yeah, like some crazy stuff was going to go down.
Yeah.
And when I watched it I was just kind of like, oh, I mean, nothing out of the ordinary or shocking happens to the point where it would stand out to me. As far as performances go, I mean, it has like actors that I think are pretty seasoned. So it has like Colin Farrell, Kirsten Dunst, Nicole
Nicole
Kidman.
Kidman,
I'm forgetting her name. The one
Ellie Fanning.
Elle Fanning, yes.
Elle Fanning.
So yeah, so it has good actors and actresses that always deliver. But I think it was just mostly the story that wasn't really that strong. So I felt like Colin Farrell was almost like overacting at one point. Like I was like, this feels a little forced. Like he
Yeah.
was just trying to like make it more dramatic than it actually was. Like the part with the turtle, I could not get over that shit, dude. You've seen it, right?
That was your review. Yeah, I saw it.
It's because I could not get over it because it just cracked me up when it happened. I was like, this man threw a fucking turtle. He threw him across the room. But it's not like he even like chucked it. Like he grabbed it and he's just like, get over there. It was great. It was hilarious. It was I mean
That's
terrible.
Like, that's why you gave it a 3.
Yeah, because I was like, no animal cruelty. But yeah, overall it wasn't anything great. So I want to say it's probably like my least favorite of hers that I've seen so far.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
that's all I have to say about that.
You definitely don't think this one deserves a Criterion release?
No, I wouldn't say so.
And then Eddie brought this up. Criterion had a flash sale today, and I was so bummed. I have no money.
Yeah,
like I can't. Here. Like every time this happens, and I don't.
Same here. It always happens to me too. Always. Every time they have a 50% off sale, I never have money to buy anything.
It's either like so food or movies.
Yeah, like groceries or movies. Yeah, it's pretty shitty. It's a shitty situation. But
I'm like,
did you pick up anything?
To buying the Royal Tenenbaums because I want to get all Wes. Remember I told you I want to get all Wes's movies on Criterion. That and Amores Perros too. I've been wanting to get, and also The Irishman. Which would be like $60 right now or something altogether, but still, that's like $60.
That's a lot of money. Yeah,
you know
on movies. But I mean, hey, if you can buy them, do it. I want to know, did you pick up anything, Eddie? Yes.
Oh yeah, Eddie, let me know. Let us know, man. If you I'm put Eddie on the spot again. Eddie keeps knocking out movies, and he does a little review for them too. So it's like I'm trying to
like rival a full. Eddie.
I would say like a paragraph or two sometimes, or sometimes it'll be like a quick one too.
Or like me that I'm just like, yeah, no, this wasn't it.
He's like, yeah. He threw a turtle. Review by Audrey.
Fucking buy my memoir, people. I'm a great writer. No, I just like to be short. I'm never good at writing like actual like paragraphs. I don't have the patience. Oh my
And
god.
you gotta help me with this one, Audrey. I don't know how to say the name. Hey
Haydar
there,
Karim.
Karim. My favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption. Hey man, I do not blame you. That movie's a classic. I did a double feature with that and Schindler's List, and I was like drained emotionally even after both of those films. But I think I gotta watch both of them again because remember how I told you I have that list that I need to watch, like 100 movies. I think they're both on there. I wouldn't mind seeing Shawshank again, but Schindler's List is like, damn, it's a long film and like it could be a lot. But
those
I
are
gotta do
some
it for
like
the people.
those are some heavy movies to watch like back to back. So you're nuts.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, like after that, I didn't want to watch movies for a while.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Jesus.
Nope. But I'm really happy that I've gotten to knock out some new releases.
Yes, I seen that.
So
I'm surprised by one of the scores because like it's different from what we were talking about.
Oh, I know.
And it's
Dude.
like, what?
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But first I want to talk about Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes, and I can talk about it here too, which I got to check out as well.
Which you did end up watching because I saw it on your letterbox where it pops up, but it didn't have a rating. So I was like, did he watch it or like what's happening? I thought you maybe just added it to like a watch list or something.
No, yeah. Sometimes I don't know why. Like I think I sent you a voice memo like that. I wanted to put out there that I was watching it, but I didn't finish it. So it's like I couldn't rate it, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happened. I don't know. I should have just put it up when I usually that's what I do. Even if it takes like 2 days, then I'll put it up after I finish watching it. But I don't know.
So you did end up watching it, and what was your rating that you gave it?
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
I think I gave it a 3.5.
Yeah, versus your 3.5. And then Eddie said, I didn't buy anything. I went way too hard in November. I feel you, man. I feel you. There's like some Novembers too that I'm just like, especially that one where I upgraded everything. Like, I upgraded to a 4K player and TV, and like I still ended up buying like a bunch of movies. Like that was my savings, my life savings gone in just one November.
Just in entertainment, in TVs and movies. But anyways, yeah. So were you excited for this movie? You were excited for this movie when you heard about it, right? It was one of those like you have your eye on it.
Yeah, like I heard about it and I was excited because of the cast, and then we were on here, I think, and then Ben had mentioned it, and I was like, wait, what the heck? So like I saw the preview, I think on here, I think like live, and I was like stoked for it. I was like, hell yeah, like Danny Kaluuya and then Lakeith Stanfield, like, and what the whole thing was about. I was like, hell yeah, this is gonna be dope. And but I don't know why, like leading up to it, like even like the week of, like, oh, it's releasing on Friday, like okay, you know, like I don't know if it's because it's like streaming, and if it wasn't more like an event, like the fact that I would have gone to the theater and like probably ate something, met up with someone like a homie or something, or taken my girl. We would have made like a little event out of it, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, I watched it, and but yeah, once it started, I was all right, cool, like this is dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it. I mean, I gave it a 4 out of 5. I don't know if you want to say what you like, if you were excited for it or anything.
I can't say I was excited for it. I was just kind of like, okay, cool. Like I know that it was two very good actors that do really good jobs. That's pretty much why I was like down. I was like, okay. But yeah, once watching it, it was good. I did like the performances. However, I feel like a little, what's the word? I don't want to say let down. It just
underwhelmed.
Yeah, once again, it's like the same with the Beguiled. It didn't have enough tension, especially because it was dealing with what it was dealing with. You expected it to be like fueled with tension just at every fucking like turn, and it didn't really have that. Most of the time, you're just kind of like, okay, like it's just going back and forth. And I feel like they didn't give enough of a backstory for the main character, Fred Wilson, I believe, right? He's playing Fred Wilson. I think that's the last name. I'm gonna feel stupid.
Fred Hampton, and then
Fred
what was it,
Hampton.
William O'Neill or
Fred
something like
Wilson.
that.
Yeah. I feel like they didn't give him enough of a backstory.
Yeah,
We just see him as one person, which that's who he was in a way. Like, yeah, I get that that's what it was centered around, but we didn't really see too much about him in regards to his personal life or anything else that he did besides what he
yeah.
did.
Like we weren't as educated on his life and everything as like maybe he would be portrayed in other films where they would be like following his life up and leading up to like an event or something.
Yeah. It was just more so about this like one case, which I get because it did happen, which I think is nuts.
Yeah.
And seeing the actual person at the end was pretty crazy too.
Oh yeah, they had the live interview they showed. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, overall performances were good. I think I probably liked Daniel Kaluuya's more
Yeah.
than I don't think like Keith Stanfield had his like proper
Like
go.
that moment.
Yeah, he was there, but
Yeah.
I can't really think of a scene where he's stuck in my head because he did like overly an amazing job. But
Okay.
yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Oh shit, I'm blurring.
And real quick, mid-level me, what's up, man? He's agreeing with Eddie. I feel you with the criterions. I might pick up a couple anyway. LOL. And he said, "Have you guys seen Nomadland? Best movie in the past year, in my opinion." Yeah, we both seen it. Audrey just checked it out recently. We're gonna talk about it. So if you
In a
want to
minute.
stay tuned for that. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I thought it was great performance-wise. Even with Jesse Plemons, it's always cool to see him there. And I kept thinking that was Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
Playing that one like cop or mayor, whatever he was.
Hoover?
Was it Hoover? But it was like Martin Sheen.
Yeah, it
was
was
like,
Martin
what the
Sheen.
hell? Like at the
Yeah,
end of
he
the credits,
plays-
I was like, that was Martin Sheen. But then I saw the resemblance, but I kept thinking that was Robert Duvall for some reason.
Yeah, no, as soon as I can recognize his voice. Like as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, oh shit, it's Martin Sheen. Yeah, he played
Yeah.
Hoover, which
Hoover, there you go.
I mean, he did an okay job, but I think it's interesting that you brought up
Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons. Yeah, because I felt like he was wasted in this movie. Like he didn't really do much.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's one of the problems. I would say that like the film had all this amazing talent and it was trying to juggle all of them. But you also have Ashton Sanders there for a little bit. He was in Moonlight. And then Dominique Fishback, which was like the love interest of Fred Hampton. I thought she was really good. She was in Power, or I think it's called Power. So the one with Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt earlier last year. I thought she did pretty good too. But yeah, I feel you on that in the sense of like it wasn't really centered on one particular character. I guess I felt like it was trying to do both, like Fred Hampton and then like the O'Neill guy, the detective. But yeah, obviously it's like dealing with a subject matter that actually happened and it's like relevant for like today. The performances were really good. I'm down to see whatever this guy does next. Shaka King, I believe is the director's name. Yeah, I mean, I can say anything else about it. I mean, I really enjoyed all the performances, but again, I feel like we've definitely seen better performances from each of these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Than like what we got here. But yeah, it's kind of a crazy story. I knew of Fred Hampton. I didn't know about this whole situation, and it's interesting too because his character was kind of in there in the trial of the Chicago 7. He like popped up a little bit, and then like what happened to him happened, and like it affected a little bit of the story.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were like criticizing it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like his character was done more justice here." But I'm like, well, yeah, like the movie was about him, you know, like
right,
and like all like everything he did and stuff. But yeah, I think Kaluuya, I think for me was like he did the best performance out of everything.
Yeah,
not only because of his speeches, but like he had those little small moments too, like when he was reading the newspaper clipping, you know, he was kind of like in prison, he couldn't really do anything, you know.
He's just overall a good actor, and I think he kind of demands your attention whenever he's on screen. So I think that definitely like elevated it. But I just wish there was a little more like, I don't know.
Was it too short for you? For some reason, I felt like it wasn't that as long as I thought it would have been or should have been.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
For me, it felt fine. I
Let me
think
see
it's
the
like 2
runtime.
hours. I think it's around a 2 hour movie, or maybe like an hour 48 minutes or something like that. I don't know.
Usually the runtime is here on Letterboxd, but it's not on here. Oh well, but yeah, I would recommend it streaming on HBO Max. Definitely check it out for the performances. You know,
Yeah.
it's unfortunately like a timely relative matter. Yeah.
Yep.
Let me see.
So
Let
I'm
me
glad we both
go
saw that.
to one that I seen. Oh well, real quickly. I mean, we were continuing your favorite thing, Audrey, that we're doing the MCU marathon. We
Oh
watched
yeah.
the Incredible Hulk, which I actually really enjoy. I feel like it's like the black sheep of the MCU. I think I've said that before, but also it's like that also gives it like an edge to it. Obviously, it's not the best superhero film, you know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
I really enjoy it for what it is. I think it's Hulk's best movie. And a lot of people were saying, I seen somewhere like, oh, like if we have this Hulk in Infinity War, he would have like throw hands with with
Yeah.
Thanos, you know, like they softened him up. But yeah, I liked Aaron Norton as Bruce Banner. I actually really like it. Like this time around, I'm like, you know what? I actually like I give it a 3 out of 3 out of
That's
5.
pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah, it's good that you guys are like slowly chipping away at your challenge.
Yeah.
So what do you have next?
And then we saw Iron Man 2. Again, it's weaker than Iron Man, but it has a lot of cool little things about it. I definitely like Sam Rockwell and goddamn, what's his name? Whiplash is the actor of Whiplash. He was in The
Oh,
Wrestler.
yeah.
Mickey Rourke.
Wait,
Yeah. Right? Mickey Rourke?
Whiplash?
Yeah, he's Whiplash.
Oh,
No, he's not
I
in
thought
Whiplash, but
you meant Whiplash.
he's
I was like,
Whiplash.
Mickey Rourke's in Whiplash? I was like, wait, what?
I think also Sam Rockwell might be coming back in one of the shows to play like he's reprising his role, which is
Oh,
pretty cool.
cool.
Always love watching him perform.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, and then we knocked out Thor, which is Thor. I mean, I've always liked it.
The first one's okay, and then the second one, people actually really like the third one.
I thought it was cool. I like it better than the second one and probably the first one, but it was just a lot of wasted potential in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like a lot happens to Thor, but you never really feel it up until
yeah.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like
agree.
I feel like you're supposed to get all that in his movie, not like in another movie. I don't know.
I just remember the second one being pretty boring.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. The villain is not interesting at all. But I love a lot of my favorite things of like Thor and Loki, like their back and forth, is in that movie, and a lot of people like overlook that. And I'm like, well, dude, like if you like that, like interaction, and if you like Loki, I think a lot of their best stuff is in that movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's pretty much all it has.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, yeah, I watched Judas and the Black Messiah as well, and I watched this movie called 99 Homes with Andrew Garfield and Michael Shannon. So the
Ooh,
same
nice.
director who did The White Tiger, which is another film I saw earlier, which I had no idea he directed 99 Homes. But 99 Homes was on my list for a while because of those two actors, Andrew Garfield, Michael Shannon. I thought it was really good. They both brought their A game. It was cool to see them, go back and forth. Also, like what it's about. It's pretty gnarly, and it's kind of heartbreaking at times that like there's people that can't pay their mortgages and stuff like that, and they get their houses, they get evicted, and it's heartbreaking to see that situation when they're like, hey, you got to leave right now, like
you're getting evicted, kind of like a Florida project in a way. Not that they're getting evicted, but it's very like paying month to month, and
Yeah.
the financial
Yeah.
situations.
That's
But
what ended up happening to Garfield's character. He went to like a motel, and I was like, oh, like this is exactly like the Flora project, but that's not all what the movie was about. I would highly recommend it. I think it's a really good movie.
so I'm assuming Michael Shannon knocked it out of the park.
Oh yeah, both of them. I think they're both like brilliant together. Michael Shannon again. I feel like he can do both so good. Like he could be like an evil guy, and you think he's a
Yeah,
dick, and then you could just love him in another role, like and root for him and stuff.
and he can just be an everyday like person.
Yeah, like an everyday Joe, So
Yeah, yeah, he's
yeah,
great.
our boy Michael Shannon. And then I watched Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas
Oh,
Cage.
dude, I've been wanting to watch that. Shit. How is it? Is it terrible?
Well, I gave it a 2.5. This is
Oh
not really a good
man.
movie, but at the same time, I'm kind of contradicting myself because a lot of times I'm like, well, a lot of people like criticize a film
Uh-huh.
because it's bad or something, but it's like doing its job in the sense of like if it's a horror movie, like it's a good horror movie, but like the acting sucked or the writing sucked,
Mm-hmm.
So like what you want to see is Nicolas Cage against these like animatronic things, and you get that. You get like a grudge match, like which each and every one of them, like, and it's great. It's great to see Nick Cage go off and so that, but other than that, it's not a very good movie at all.
Well, yeah,
But
I mean, that's all I expected from it.
yeah,
I just want to see Nicolas Cage go ham in
yeah,
like a weird looking, like creepy looking place. And if it's
yeah.
that, then I'll be happy with it because that's my expectations for it. I'm not expecting it to be like this amazing movie.
That's like that. I went in like, yeah, this is gonna be bad, but it's gonna be Nick Cage. But I don't know. I can't. I don't feel comfortable like giving a higher score for some reason. I don't know.
Like the people, because I told you right that I started working at. Well, I'm gonna start working again at Alamo, and
Yeah.
I was there one day last week for retraining, and they were talking about the movie. They were like, dude, it's like so weird every time I go in, like it's just like weird, like it looks weird, it's shot weird, like he's being weird.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, no shit, like it's
It's like
I
a B
wanted to
movie.
like,
You're like, what are you expecting? Like an Oscar
yeah,
nominated?
like I feel like the people have no idea what it's about, and I'm just like, I mean, obviously, is it kind of like Mandy, you think? Like, does it look like Mandy? Obviously not like as
No, I think Mandy, what it had going there, it looked so beautiful, Mandy. But I think the filmography, the cinematography kind of fit what this movie was about, because I think in like some shots you kind of see that it was like a little bit of like fisheye, like a fisheye lens or something. But I don't know. I kind of mean like I didn't like I seen that, and it's like I would guess it would be a complaint, but not really. Like it's like again, like you said, what were you expecting?
But I mean, is it like trying too hard to be artsy?
No, I don't think so. I think
It
it's
doesn't come off
literally
as
just straight
pretentious.
up, yeah, like let's get Nick Cage's character in this like animatronic thing. Let's give it a backstory. And let's have him kill these like little creatures or whatever.
Is it even like scary though? Like, are there some like
Not
jump
even. I
scares?
think it's more like entertaining. Like they try, I guess it is kind of creepy, but
Not really.
yeah, like not really.
It's more for the laughs.
Yeah, definitely watch this if you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
drunk, faded, or something,
I do want to watch it. It's still like one of those movies that I want to watch. I don't want to pay $20 for it though.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wait.
Trying to support Nick Cage.
Yeah, I know. And I need to watch Mandy still. I still haven't watched that.
I think Mandy movie, but again, it's the same on the same line of like a more of a cult movie, and then like again, Nick just going ham. So.
It just kind of reminds me of it almost feels like they made this movie just because people found out that they enjoy watching Nicolas Cage just go nuts.
Hey,
and I feel like this was like the perfect like cash out. Like fuck yeah, like you want me to go nuts?
And he literally has like 2 lines.
Shut up! In the whole movie,
he's like, it's like the character from Drive.
He doesn't talk like at all.
No.
So who talks?
It's like, well, there's other characters. Like that's the thing they try to have. Like it's literally like, all right, Nick Cage in there. There's a like reason why he's there and a reason why he can't leave. But there's also other people that go in there, so like the little characters could have people to kill and stuff,
Yeah. Dude. Okay, well then in that situation, then yes, and there's no doubt in my mind that this is just served for that purpose. Like they handed us Nicolas Cage just to see him go apeshit.
Yeah.
But that's funny. That's
Yeah.
I want
It
to
was
watch
definitely
it.
one of my favorite viewing experiences in the recently.
Well, I feel like it'd be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, I haven't seen that yet, but what I did see, and that was Malcolm and Marie, which yes, I'm pretty sure I stunned you because I I messaged you when I had just started it, right? And I sent you the picture that I was watching it. And I was like super stoked for it. I was like, this looks fucking great. I loved it. Like the first up until when I sent you that text, I was down. I was like, this is great. I'm gonna love this. And then after that, I was like, oh no, like I don't like this. Yeah, I ended up giving it a 2.5. What did you give it?
I get a 4.
Oh shit. This movie though I've been hearing a lot of mixed things. Like some people hated it, some people loved it. It's just one of those divisive movies, which I think is interesting because I honestly thought a lot of people were gonna love it.
Yeah. Real quick, Ben. Yeah, he does scream a lot.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot, but he does. I do remember him, like, I picture him screaming a lot.
Yeah. That's great. But yeah.
There was one thing on IndieWire that I wanted to send you. It was like an interview with Zendaya that she did, and a lot of people, once they find out that the director Sam Livingston or whatever was like white, a lot of people had like a lot of complaints about it because like he was writing like black characters. But when Zendaya said it was like that, like he was basically just directing the movie, and like a lot of the characters, a lot of the stuff was like John David and Zendaya, like they made the characters. So she was kind of like defending it, or I don't know anything about that, like, so I don't want to like speak on that.
Yeah.
I just know like that little interview or whatever. But I don't know. I just ended up really liking it for the performances. I like the way it was shot. I can see though, like if you see this movie and kind of like, eh.
Okay, well,
like, there's definitely been way better movies that's like about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I think that was one of the biggest because, mind you, I had just came off from watching
Marriage Story again.
No, wait, what did I watch? No. I watched 2 that I remember. I was like, dude, this is
Paris,
just
Texas.
like
A Woman Under the Influence. Surf's
Scenes
Up.
from a Marriage. Scenes from a Marriage. I had just came off from seeing Scenes from a Marriage, and obviously I've seen other movies. Like you said, there's plenty of other movies that deals with the whole aspect of a couple, not even married, just couples. And yeah, I think it's been done better. I think it was trying a little like to be it was too much. Like it almost felt like I was watching like a play. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like
like this character enters the scene, gives a monologue, and then leaves or something.
Yeah, and but not only a monologue, like it was like they were trying too hard. Like it was just like I almost want to say like overdoing it. Like especially this one scene comes to mind where he comes into the house and he's mad about the review.
Oh, okay.
And he just goes off. Do you remember?
Yeah. And she's just like in the couch, like, listening to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost felt like, oh, come on, like get on your fucking soapbox and just like, come on. Like it just felt too much. I don't know. I feel like a dick for saying it, but it felt like too much. And then I just didn't find it believable. I think that's what it was.
So maybe like you thought it was just like too scripted or like too like
I don't
didn't
know.
feel like you said too like it wasn't real.
It didn't feel real. And also I didn't the reason that I was liking it so much in the beginning was because I could relate to it. Because I mean, if you've been in a relationship, I think you know what it feels like when you're going in for one of those nights. You can feel it. Like when you're gonna have a night of just fighting. Like... Like it's one of those times that it's just like turns into morning and you're still there. Like you don't even know what you're arguing about and you're like, oh, I'm tired.
Yeah, like, let's just go to bed. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, like let's just talk about it in the morning. So I think if you've been in a relationship, unless you've been in the perfect relationship, you can kind of relate to what that's like, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's why I was like, okay, I like this about that. And then it started getting kind of like really toxic for me to the point where I was like, okay, I don't know. I just didn't really like their relationship either. I think that's what it was.
Because you're like, fuck, like, with you going ham in this little like sentence, trying to hurt the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, which is true though. I mean, I think you and I both know that like when like freaking your tempers are like running high, you say things that you don't mean.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think their relationship didn't seem great, and then the ending kind of pissed me off too because I was like, wow, really? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it kind of just ends.
Well, not only that, but I don't want to spoil it, but it's just not the outcome that I would have expected.
Yeah.
So
because he kind of feels like some went on, like a certain character like left or something. You know, okay, well it's understandable, but then like it's like something else.
Yeah,
I guess
I don't know. I just had a little bit. I just couldn't get behind it. Like I said, I think mostly it's because I've seen it done better, and that's basically what it boils down to. But the whole thing about him being the director, he's the one that directed Euphoria, right?
Yeah.
And I think he's really good at portraying these like toxic situations people find themselves in. Because that's all Euphoria is. It's all about having like these toxic people in your life.
Yeah.
So I think
that's what I heard.
Definitely good at that. But I don't know. I like I said, I have heard a lot of back and forth about this movie. Like some people really didn't like it, and some people
like, there's
did,
definitely some dialogue going on.
Yeah, but for performances, I think Zendaya she plays herself again. I feel like she always kind of plays herself. But yeah, that's kind of. I'm pretty sure I shocked you though, because you were like, "What?"
No, yeah, because like you were telling me like, "Hey, yeah. I'm liking it so far." Blah blah blah. I was, all right, cool. You know, because in my mind I was like, "Well, it's like more of the same." But yeah, I feel you like in what you were telling me. Like, okay, like I can see why.
So
like,
you can kind of see why.
Yeah, I can kind of see why.
Yeah. But like I said, I knew that you probably wouldn't like agree with me in all aspects because you did like it more. You enjoyed it more. Yeah. But I mean, it's fine. It's like I said, it's movies. It happens. There's sometimes where that happens. Like you start the movie and you're like, oh, this is really good. And then it takes a turn and you're just like, oh shit, I don't like this. But yeah, unfortunately, that's what happened to me.
And then real quick, Nick Cage's character from his earlier movies are no doubt just hilarious, but the ones that stand out are Stanley Goodspeed in The Rock and Ben Gates in National Treasure 1 and 2. I mean, The Rock for me is like a timeless like action film. I really enjoy it. R.I.P. Sean Connery. And then National Treasure 1 and 2. I actually like those movies. I wish there was a third one.
Yeah.
They're not like the best, but I really enjoyed them like for what they were worth. Something that came up was that like I seen it on Twitter somewhere. They're like the Mummy movies, they're just like so good. And I agree 100%. It's like literally you go on an adventure and like you feel that adventure and like.
But is it all of the Mummy movies or just?
We're talking about the first one. I like the first two. I haven't really seen the third one. Like I've seen it, but I don't remember it, and I don't know why I've never had like. You know what? I'm gonna watch it because it's part of the trilogy.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe because they changed the wife or something, but I love the first two.
I love the first two. I can definitely agree. Like I would put my name on the Mummy movies and say that they're great. They're great movies. They are. And Brandon Fraser, that was like probably him at his peak.
Yeah.
He was just so good.
I just wish he continued.
He was so charismatic.
Yeah.
And then the Pharaoh, what was his name?
Arnold Vosloo or something like that.
But he was great too.
Yeah, as the Mummy. Yeah, like
I remember watching that shit and being like, damn.
Like it was great, right? Like the effects,
Yeah.
even for the time, like it
And
was
like you said, it
creepy.
feels yeah, and like you said, it feels like you're on this adventure with them. Like it almost feels like a ride. Like I think I
Yeah,
even when I was little, like I felt like I was on a ride. Like it
yeah.
gave me the same sensation. So
And
yeah.
for me, it's something like about the whole mummy aspect, like Egypt and the
Yeah.
pyramids and all that stuff. That like I'm always like, even now with a bunch of shit I'm watching on TikTok,
Oh my
it's
god, you
gnarly,
need to
dude.
stop.
Like they're used as like giant batteries in the past, and like I mean, obviously everybody knows they're perfectly aligned with the
Mhm.
Orion's belt and all that stuff, and they're I don't know, but with all that being said, like I just wanted to bring that up that I love those movies.
Yeah, they're fucking great. And what was I gonna say? But then the scorpion whole
Scorpion King,
thing that turned out to be bad.
yeah, and there's like 5 sequels. I only seen the first one,
Yeah, I've only seen the
which
first one too.
I mean, it was all right, I guess.
But
It was
no
The
one will
Rock, like when
ever.
he was like burly coming on the scene, you know?
Yeah. And I don't think if you didn't grow up with those movies, you're probably gonna think we're nuts. But
Yeah.
it was just another thing to see those movies and the
Like I remember waiting for the day for the sequel to come out. Like I would be waiting and
Little
waiting, and
John
I
had it
like
circled on his calendar.
yeah, like I was so excited. And I felt like it was forever, and I was like, I don't know, that was like one of those movies. I was like, I was so hyped. I was reading about it in magazines and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it
But
was
yeah,
it was definitely a time to be alive.
yeah, like the late '90s. Like what a great period for films, but also the '80s. Like going through my letterbox, like they sometimes they divide it by like decades, and they give you pictures like an overview.
Oh yeah, the
Like
80s was
shit,
stacked.
the '80s were fucking stacked with like gems.
Hmm.
But anyways, I saw that you rewatched The Graduate, which
I
I
did.
just recently watched. I think like within the last 2 years, maybe three.
Yeah.
But I fucking loved it. Alex is one of his favorite films,
Hmm.
or that he tells me a lot about. This is another criterion I would love. I think I have it, but I don't have the criterion.
I watched it for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one actually.
I mean, it's not great because of the ending.
Well,
But yeah,
yeah, because they
it's
kind of like fuck. What did we do? But
yeah,
I
but
love that ending though,
yeah, I like it too. And I think
and
it's a
and it's
good movie.
perfect because his name is Benjamin.
I know. I didn't know, and I said that so many times, and I completely forgot that that was his name. I was like, "Oh shit, his name's Benjamin." But yeah, that's one of my favorites too. Can't get enough of it. I rewatch it every so often. I can definitely just pop that movie in and have it playing, and I love it. So good.
Like Hoffman in his prime.
I know, so good. So fucking good. Well, after that, he went on to appear in many different things, and he just kind of kept going up from that.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you watch anything for Valentine's Day? Oh, well, you watched the drive-in one, right? Or no, that wasn't on
No,
Valentine's
that
Day.
wasn't on Valentine's. That was Sunday. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think we watch anything because like we both worked, and
Mm,
I just wanted to come home and relax.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, we didn't really watch anything. Um, Let me see. And another thing that you rewatched, and I think you watched all of these on. It says right here the 14th on Valentine's
Yeah.
Day. Is 10 About You
Yeah. And Fargo.
and Fargo. Yes,
I on Valentine's Day, I literally just watched movies. It was great.
which I haven't. You're gonna be shocked because again, we're just talking about the 90s, but I haven't seen 10 Things I Hate About You.
I thought you had. Dab. With
Again,
Heath
it's like
Ledger?
one of those things that like it's not even so old, but it's like so popular that I think I've seen like some scenes, and I might
Yeah.
have seen it, but like I don't remember it. You know,
Yeah. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's also really good. Just like a guilty pleasure movie that I like.
I think
For
isn't Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it too.
yeah, yeah, Julia Stiles, um, and Heath Ledger, obviously. But yeah, I think that's like one of my favorites because of Heath Ledger. Honestly, he's just so good in it.
Yeah,
But I think you should definitely watch it. I get what you're saying. Like you feel like because it's like always on. There's a meme about it, or it's like on a bunch of different lists. But I mean, come on, you have to watch it like at least once.
yeah. I gotta sit down and make time for it, especially because of the late great Heath, our boy Heath.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Julia Stiles, like one of those like she was like one of the babes like back in the day. You know, like if you needed like a love interest, like she was one of them or something. Like
Really? I don't remember her being like super. Well, yeah, no, yeah, you're right. She was pretty
or
popular.
Sarah Michelle Gellar or something like that.
I mean, the girls from the teens were like, also from the '90s was like, what was her name? Alicia Silverstone, the one from Clueless. She was
Oh
really
yeah.
famous too. But yeah, there was a bunch of '90s babes. But I ended up watching Fargo, which I was really happy that I finally got to watch that, because I had been meaning to, and I really
Yeah.
liked it. I gave it 4 stars.
And I don't know if you saw, but I actually saw it too.
So you hadn't watched it?
No, I haven't watched it.
Oh, so you did watch it. Woohoo. So you watched it recently too then.
Yeah, I think I watched it like last night. Not last night, like 2 nights ago. The 21st.
So what'd you think?
I really liked it too.
It's a great
Again,
movie.
I watched it. I mean, going back to Frances McDormand, I wanted to watch it because I saw her performance, and I was like, okay, I want to see something earlier works, but it's just kind of been staring at me. And then Alex watched it too, and he was like, oh, like I want to talk to you about it. And it's also a movie that's on my list, the 100 things. So it's like all the things I came
all in all.
It was like meant to be, yeah. And like again, this is another movie that I think I watched before because I remember Steve Buscemi in this movie, but I don't remember like anything else. It's weird. Like I don't know, maybe all the drugs.
Maybe. But really yeah, it was a great movie. It's like one of those. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting something more serious, action packed. I guess. I mean, it is kind of action packed. Not really. Whatever. But it's more of a comedy. I would feel. Comedy. Yeah, it's like a dark comedy. But it's so much fun. Like it's just a fun movie.
Yeah.
Like it's just a great experience.
Characters and stuff.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi. I love Steve Buscemi. I think he's like underrated in a way because I know he's not really been in anything where he's the leading actor except like Boardwalk Empire, which was really good. I watched until like season 5 or 6. But yeah, it was so good. Frances McDormand, amazing. She's great. She's all like pregnant.
That's something I did not know because again, like going into the movie, I didn't even know what it was about. I just knew like she was in. I didn't even know that William H. Macy came out like until I saw the cast, but I didn't know he was gonna be like a main character. And yeah, like I so it was a pleasant watch. Like I put it on and I was like hooked from the beginning. Yeah, it's like I don't know if this would be like one of my favorite Coen movies because it's just Joel Coen, and they both wrote it. It's not both of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can like say it's the Coen Brothers movie.
And when I saw that it was them, I was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be great." But I love their accents. Did you understand my review now when you watched it? Because I just put yeah, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, like I was
you were like, Audrey's fucking nuts. It was it's so like good. Canadian, right? It sounds, it kind of sounds Canadian, but it's from Minnesota. I don't know, but yeah, I love that, and I think they all did a really good job at doing it. Like it didn't come off as like fake or anything. It was great. I freaking love that movie. I kind of want to watch it again. I would definitely buy it to have in my collection. So,
and now I want to see. I'm more intrigued to check out the show because I don't know if it's going to be like kind of like the same kind of like style of it or like what they made 2 seasons of it like with great actors. So it's like okay, like I want to see what it's about.
And I've always heard like amazing things about it. So I think it's definitely one of those shows that I have to check out. Where does it air? On Fox, I think.
Yeah, I think so, like the FX or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to check out the show and purchase the movie.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And then let me see. Another film that I watched was that I rewatched, and it was also on the list because my girl's like, hey, like let's watch these 2 movies, and she really wanted to watch Jaws. I was like, all right, cool. But then she's like, hey, those movies were on your list. I wanted to get you started. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool.
Oh wow, she just tricked you.
She tricked me, but we
Yeah.
rewatched Jaws.
I saw that and I was
Dude.
like, that's random. I was like, why did you watch John?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what the hell? But I recently watched it in the drive-in last year. But it's one of my favorites. So you know me, like I love that movie. I love Great White Sharks.
You're gonna hate me, but I don't think I've seen that movie since I was like probably 10 or 11 years old. I only saw it once, and
I
that
think
was it.
I think you
I
really like it.
I should because I know it's like iconic.
Steven Spielberg at his prime. You got Roy Schneider, Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw, which I probably should like watch more movies with Robert Shaw because he was so great. He's like my favorite character.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and it's a shark trying to eat people. Like
You're like, what else could we ask for?
yeah.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I definitely need to rewatch that because it would be kind of a sin for me to not really. Because honestly, I don't really remember. Like, I remember like the big parts, like the, you know, the more famous scenes, but I don't really like remember all of it.
I've been wanting to watch Jaws again, so yeah, we'll get to it.
it. Yeah, there's a bunch of movies he wants me to watch.
I
So.
haven't seen the sequels though.
Oh,
I think
really?
there's like
None of them.
sequels. No, I've just seen the first one.
Wow, that's interesting. I would think you would have seen all of them.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know why it's like. Well, it wasn't Steven
Instead, you
Spielberg.
watched Meg.
Yeah, the Meg, Deep Blue Sea, 47 Years Down, and then with the one with Blake Lively. What was that
You
one?
just it was like something. What was it called?
Fuck.
I forgot what it was called. There was like a period in time. Why is there always like a time where all these like movies about animals, yeah, like fish or big like.
Remember the big alligator one or crocodile one or whatever?
Yeah, remember in the 90s, like Deep Blue Sea came out, and then there was another one that I forgot. But yeah, that's weird. Like every
like snake python one. Like this big giant snake in it. And Robert Englund, Freddy was in it too. Like that's what I remember. I don't know, but I was always fascinated by it. Like this giant monster, like
yeah. I get it. And they're fun to watch. They're always like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? We're gonna get eaten. Yeah. But yeah, well, I watched something in between all these movies that was a show, not a movie, but it was the one about the Cecil. I think that's what it's called.
Cecil, or whatever it's called.
Cecil. I call it the Cecil, but it's the Cecil, I think. I don't know. Cecil. Cecil sounds weird, but yeah, so I watched the documentary about the girl that goes missing there. I'm pretty sure you've seen the clips because that clip of her in the elevator where she goes missing was all over the internet when it came out. Did you watch it? You look a little confused.
No, I think the commercial, the trailer for that came on after we finished the Night Stalker, and I added it to my list. And then also Alex was like, "Oh, dude, I want to watch that too." So we definitely want to watch it. It's like, something.
But you've never seen the clip of the original girl.
Oh no, yeah, I see.
Oh, okay.
I see it.
Oh, okay. I was like, come on, dude. Everyone's seen that clip. I only gave it 1 star.
Yeah, I saw that. I was, oh man, like I
freaking hated this thing, dude. Oh my god, I can't even believe I finished it. Because first of all,
no.
Yeah, it's because first of all, like it's way too long. It's like 4 episodes, which it should. There was no reason why it should be that long. At the most, maybe 2, because this was like a open and shut case, Johnson, and like let's move on. But no, they freaking like try and milk this thing till like, because I think this show gave way too much spotlight to like the internet sleuths, like people that are just like have their own conspiracies. So they kind of just like pay attention to that and focus on that. And then like towards the end, they kind of slowly but surely like knock it out. Like, no, whatever.
Yeah.
But there was no need. I'm like, dude, it's just, and then it makes me mad because like I said, these group of people on the internet that think that they're detectives, which, hey, if they can help, like, hey, if they can help, great. But I think once you start kind of like ruining other people's lives because of it, like you step too far. You know what I mean? or there's like it's like a, I don't know. I hated it. It was so annoying to watch. But I had to finish watching it because I was like, I have to know how this ends. But I mean, sure enough, it was like how I thought.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when this particular situation was people kind of seeing what they want to see. They weren't being logical about it. They were kind of just going with like, no, like any like little thing they would see, they'd be like, you see, this is not what people think it is. Like it's
Doors are
something
closing,
else.
or there's like a fan on or something.
Yeah, like look at her foot, the way it did this, and it's like, oh, dude, like come on. But I mean, I get it. The clip when you first watch it, it is really bizarre. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you plan on watching it. So
Well, I was planning on watching it, but I feel like it doesn't get to like what we kind of wanted it to get to, like, you know, with all
well,
the different type of stuff that went on in the hotel and like different stories of people who were actually there or something.
No, it definitely does. It actually like does tell you like more of the history behind the hotel, which was
Yeah.
probably the coolest part. Just because I think it's interesting, like all the stuff that's happened there. It's just, it's really bad. And I mean, if
Didn't
you've ever,
Richard Ramirez stay there too?
yeah, and like
Damn.
if you've been to like LA, you know how it is, and I think that's kind of like that kind of is showcased here too, like that it shows that LA is not all like fancy how people think it is. Like people think that all of LA looks like Beverly Hills, and it's like no, it doesn't look like that.
Even in downtown LA, off the freeways, like
Yeah, it's already like woo. You're just like uh-oh. But I mean, if you want to watch it to make up your own mind and to
well,
see
I
what
feel
people
like
have to say.
like I feel like I should just watch something on YouTube about it or something, or like keep watching the TikToks about it or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're just gonna go through like a freaking tunnel of people just like making things into what they're like making it seem what it's not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's
Yeah.
basically what happened with her. People were just trying to make it more when it really wasn't, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. It was a tragedy that happened and it was really sad, but people just try to make it something that it wasn't. Like there was some crazy ones, dude, like about it being like an open portal, which you probably would totally be down for because you're reading all these like
Conspiracies.
conspiracy theories, but like people were saying that it's like a portal to like another dimension and all this crazy shit. Like damn, but I mean, I don't know. If I was a detective, I'd be like, the proof is in the pudding. It's like right
All
there.
I know, Audrey, is that aliens.
Aliens are the cause behind everything.
Yes.
They look like us though.
I'm watching and that's the scary part.
That they're among
But
us.
you know what, dude? Like, I'm pretty sure if they're able to travel through space and time wherever and they wanted
us.
to hurt us, they would have already.
Yeah.
So
Unless their
just
time's
chilling,
different.
like, not, you know, hostile.
Unless they're just kind of yeah, I think they're just chilling. I don't think, because what would make us believe, okay, so my thing is, this is gonna get a little weird, but my thing is we believe that aliens want to harm us, right? Or they want to take over our planet and they want to like, you know, just rule the world. But why do we think that? Yeah, why do we think that? Because like you said, obviously that's what movies have made it seem like, and that's like our instinct. But we're a different species if that's the case. So aliens technically are a different species. So then you have to start and wonder, well, how do they think? What are their instincts? Like who made them? Because in like if you believe, whether you believe in God or whether you believe that you're like evolution from a monkey, like we have our instincts as humans. The human race. So I'm thinking, I mean, we don't know what aliens like. What if their thing is just like sitting in a circle all day? Like that's what they do, you know? Like, and they have no intention of like, they don't give a fuck about us. They're like,
they're just
I
doing
don't
crossword
care.
puzzles.
Yeah, they're just like we're just trying to live our life. Like I think it goes back to humans thinking that we're like the most important thing on this planet. Like we're like the biggest thing. It goes to our egos and like feeling like, oh well, they would want to attack us. Like they probably don't give a shit. They're probably like, fuck these people. Like Let them live.
Yeah.
That's what I think, kind of, in a way, because I think we just kind of let movies and everything get in our heads of what they would do.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said, they probably are just like, they just see us and they're like, oh, okay. What if we look like ants to them, or like some other like
we're the
insect?
aliens to them. Like, think about it from that perspective. Like, they're probably just traveling, or like, you know.
Yeah, yeah. They're probably just like coasting through like the galaxies, and they're like, oh, look, another planet. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think they actually sit around all day and are like, how are we gonna take over
How
the
are we gonna take, like,
world?
Mars attacks? Yeah,
But
because
I
I'm telling
mean,
you, like, if they were like that, like, I'm pretty sure, like, we would have seen something already. Like, I'm pretty sure they would have attacked it and took over.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because, like, if you think about it, if they're that advanced, why would they want to, like, portray themselves as like a president and try to, like, take over politically? Like,
I
what is
don't
that to
know.
them? Like, you know, to them, they don't see borders, they don't see countries, they don't see religion. You know, like, to them, it's like, okay, you guys are just playing little games. Like, the fuck, like.
I mean, but isn't that like what all your like videos that you watch are about? Like, is it in a more, do they put aliens in a negative viewpoint, or is it in a
No, they're just
positive?
saying that, like, oh fuck, you see, if I go missing, Audrey. They're just saying, like, they've been here within us, and like they live, some of them live among us, and like that they've tried to, like, help us out in certain ways, and like sometimes we don't listen. And yeah, they're not here to, like, harm us. There's like a lot of things that they've been involved with, and like the government knows about them, and like there's like 80 different species of aliens that they know about. Like, some are like the ones that we see in movies, like they're like gray and like big old eyes and stuff. And some of
Yeah,
them look more like us,
yeah.
but like, I don't
I
know.
mean, a lot of things are like, it's crazy. Like, yeah, we could get into this. We should have a special, just
Late night special,
a late night special about aliens and
conspiracies
just
and
like
stuff. I'm watching this thing on
conspiracies.
YouTube called The Conspiracy Theory About Everything, and it's getting deep, dude.
You're gonna start questioning like who you are, what you
Reality.
yeah, like whoa. Which actually leads me to I started rewatching Game of Thrones. I'm like absolutely binge watching the
Really?
shit out of that.
What
Yeah.
made you watch that? I thought you never wanted to do anything with it again.
No, I love the show. I just hate the last 2 seasons. Absolute trash of a
The
season.
last two?
Well, yeah, I don't remember 6 being that great.
Hold on, is there 6? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Isn't
5,
it
6,
7?
7, 8. There's
Oh,
8.
okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I don't like 8, and I don't like, well, honestly, I don't really remember what happens in
I think
7.
7 is where they started to, like, I don't know why they didn't continue to be 10 episodes. They shorten it.
Oh, yeah,
So I
that's
feel
right.
like, yeah, like, because when people, like, when Tyrion went to, like, somewhere, it took almost a whole season for him to get there.
Yeah.
And then so, like, season 7, they got there in like the other episode.
Yeah,
What?
and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, for sure, I hate the last season. For sure.
Yeah, the last
But
yeah.
I love the show. Like, me and Ben talk about it, and we're like, dude, it was an amazing show.
Yeah.
Like, say what you want about it, but like, the beginning is just so good. It's like worth it. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So I wanted to rewatch it just because, well, I don't really have anything else to watch right now. Well, watch show wise, I mean, and just because I want to revisit it, and like I said, I do like the show. I enjoy it.
Audrey,
What?
what about this?
What? Oh, dude, I can't watch that. I already know what happens. I can't.
But it's
I'm
about
sorry.
the adventure, how you
I
get
can't.
there.
And then the ending just makes me annoyed because nothing. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, no, I don't think I'll. I don't know. Maybe one day. But.
I need to rewatch Breaking Bad because I only seen it once when it was airing, and I haven't seen it since then. So I feel like it's time to rewatch it, and also I haven't seen Better Call Saul, but I've heard nothing but good things about that. But I think the next thing I'm gonna watch is that show with Bryan Cranston, and Alex keeps telling me to watch it.
We watched 1 episode.
Did you like
Wait,
it? Or
I think we watched 2. Yeah, we watched 2 episodes.
Was it called?
Your Honor. I kept calling it Your Order. It's Your Honor.
Why didn't you guys continue? It was like boring or just?
I mean, it wasn't boring. It was just like it doesn't keep me like, I don't know. I think we just started watching other stuff,
Thrones?
and it's not something. It's not one of those shows that you can binge watch, I guess, is what I want to say.
She's watching Game of Thrones even though it has a bad ending, but not Lost. LOL.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Lost had a bad ending, Benjamin.
Well, I
I'm
liked
saying
the
that
ending.
I already know the ending for Lost, and at least Game of Thrones, like I've already seen it, so I know that it's a good show. But
Yeah.
Lost, I've never seen it. I just know the ending, and I'm just like whatever about it. Like,
But how do you know if it's a good show if you don't give it a try?
No, I know, but do you know what I
Honestly, I
mean? Like,
feel
I already
like
know the ending, so I'm just like, why do I want to go through the whole thing? I already know
because
the
it
ending.
has 2 endings.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Isn't it really long? It's like 8 seasons, right?
No, it's 6 seasons. The first
Okay.
2 are like 22 episodes long, like 45 minutes each. And then they get like shorter. One's like 16, and the next one's like 20. It's weird. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't make any promises. I'm leaning more towards no. I probably won't watch it just because it doesn't really interest me, but that's just my personal choice. However, Game of Thrones does interest me, Benjamin, and I love Game of Thrones, and that's why I'm rewatching
Benjamin.
it. And that's why I'm rewatching it. And like I said, I'm binge watching it. Like I have not stopped watching it.
You know what?
Like 2
And I
days
keep
ago.
saying this. I love Lost and I loved Watchmen. And Damien Lindelof did The Leftovers. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't.
I'm gonna get to it. I have HBO Max.
I think Ben made me watch like 2 episodes of that too, but it didn't stick.
Yeah.
I think. Maybe not. I don't remember. But going back to fucking Game of Thrones.
No. What we need to do is talk about Nomadland. Going back to that.
Yeah. Well, no, it's because I was just gonna make but now I forgot my point. So yeah, I guess we can talk about Nomadland.
Oh.
Because I forgot my point. But yeah, I'm really excited to watch Game of Thrones. I just passed the Red Wedding. Brutal as ever to watch.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start season 4.
What the thing about me real quick about Game of Thrones is like I knew a little bit of it and then it just like fucking blew up. And I think I started watching at the end of season 4.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really hear any spoilers. I just heard about a Red Wedding, but I didn't know what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I got there, I was just like, whoa, like I was really glad that I didn't have any spoilers for the show, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's what made me fall in love with it even more. But I feel like now like a lot of stuff is out in the open.
Yeah. I mean, it's made a lot of there's been a lot of what do you call it, stories about it and people talking about the deaths, because I think Game of Thrones is probably one of the most like
popular shows.
Yeah, but it's also known for just being super harsh, and the brutality in it is like pretty gnarly.
And I don't get attached to any of the main characters.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's definitely had a reputation. But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. So yeah. But I don't know if I probably am gonna watch the last season just because I have to.
Just to revisit like how bad it was or something.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it again.
Honestly, I remember watching the ending and just being like, I wanted to cry. Like I wanted to like throw something and be like, why?
Like all this time we invested.
Yeah, because dude. And then I remember we went to your house to watch, was it the beginning of season 5 or 6?
I don't know if it was the beginning
5.
or was it the beginning or the end?
Oh, it might have been the ending then. Yeah.
I don't know. But it was like Alex and
when
like
they
one of his
blow
buddies.
up. They blow it up. They blow it up. I just don't want to spoil it because I mean I'm pretty sure there's people that still haven't seen it.
With the green fire.
But come on. If you haven't seen it at this point, Jesus Christ, where have you been?
Jesus Christ.
But it's because that show has such good characters too, and a lot of characters I don't like, which once again, me and Ben were like talking about it, how I told him that a lot of the characters, I'm like, I really don't like some of these characters, like, because you know how it ends, so you're just like, oh, you just want to like sock them in the face.
It's called character development, Audrey, on arcs.
But I know, but the ones that are good character development are really good, you know? But then you have the ones that are just like worthless. But anyways, Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that because then I'm gonna get really heated. But yeah, I did watch No Man Land.
And what did you think?
I liked it. I gave it a 4. Right? Yeah. I thought I
Yeah,
gave it
you
a.
gave it a
I was
4.
like, shit. Did I give it a 5? No, I gave it a 4. I really liked it, but man, I wish I would have seen it in the theaters. I saw it here at home.
Yeah,
I was pissed when I
I'm
was
telling you,
watching
because it
it.
was
I
like
was like,
beautifully
damn.
shot, and again, it's like one of those movies that like if you saw it in the theater, it's just it would have had like a bigger effect on you, you know?
Yeah, like I need an uninterrupted me time with the screen. You know, at home
Yeah,
there's too many distractions. Even though you put away your phone and you tell everyone to shut up, there's still a lot of
yeah,
distractions, and it just doesn't feel the same. And this was definitely a movie that you should experience in the theaters. I feel.
yeah.
Did you feel? Did you feel that this was Oscar bait? Like, because I actually had a feeling about it being Oscar baity for Judas and the Black Messiah. I felt like that was a little Oscar baity.
Um,
And I do feel like, no, I don't feel like it's Oscar baity. No Man Land. I feel like it was just because those movies do come out around Oscar time, obviously.
yeah.
But
No, but I
like,
mean, other than like, oh, let's have this scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, now
yeah,
that you
yeah.
mention it, yeah, I can tell that from Judas and the Black Messiah. But from this one, no, I just no.
Yeah,
Vincent Smith said slow burn movie. Yeah, it was pretty slow burn.
but I mean, it didn't feel like you just enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
an enjoyment. Because what I really liked about it is that nothing terrible happens. You know? I mean, obviously, like sad things happen, but it's nothing like catastrophic or in a way like it just feels like normal, like everyday life.
yeah,
And it had almost like a documentary feeling to it, which
yeah.
I
A lot of
enjoyed.
times where she was talking to like one of the nomads, that's what I really liked about it. Like some of it felt like too real to be like scripted or like you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like I was like, did I cut off? Because you were just looking at me. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that it did feel real, and I like the rawness of it. Because I mean, I believe that those are real nomads, so
yeah,
they're not paid actors, in a way, I guess. But Frances McDormand did great. I mean, she's really good. And I told Ben this too. I was like, she's really good at just playing like a person that could be like some lady that you know. You know what I mean?
yeah.
She's really good at just being herself, I guess, in a way. I don't know. But she's just great to watch on screen. I love her. Um Cinematography was great. The music was good. There wasn't a lot of dialogue now that I think about it.
Yeah, a lot of times it was just kind of just her going to like her job or something. Did you get the job that I was telling you about that we both had?
Yeah.
Didn't it seem like too like oh man, I don't want to go like this is bringing back memories.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, I was like, damn, like I've had a few. I mean, I've had like 2 of those jobs, but yeah, it's definitely I could see I was like, oh, that's what he's talking about. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is a great story. I really liked it. So what did you think like about the whole story? Like, did it touch you, or what do
No,
you
yeah,
think
I
about the
did.
whole?
Like I told you, I had no idea about like these nomads, you know, that like there's people like basically like a community out there that don't have homes. They're just kind of like on the road all the time. I thought that aspect was really cool. Again, like something like the Florida Project kind of brings you and shines a light to like a certain like group of people that you may not
Mm-hmm.
know of. But yeah, I thought it was a great story too. It's like, you know, her kind of dealing with something as well. Like, you know, she lost her husband and all that stuff. And her like I was really rooting for her and that one guy to like
To
get
hook
to
up?
because he was so like, you know, except when he dropped that box of like her.
He was really chill and he loved her. Well,
Yeah.
he liked her. I don't know if he loved her, but he liked her.
But yeah, I just thought it was a beautiful story. I just really liked it. Again, Frances McDormand, like she's gunning for another Oscar. You know, she was
Yeah.
really great. You feel like a lot from her. You know, and again, like in some scenes, she's not doing much. You know.
Yeah. She's not. She can just like you can just kind of like feel it with her, even if she's just looking at the camera or just standing there. She's just a really powerful presence.
Yeah.
She brings it to the table. But yeah, I thought it was really touching. It kind of hit home for me because I was telling Ben that I have quite a few relatives that kind of live the nomadic lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, I guess not like in the sense that they have an RV and like looks like their house, but they kind of just wander. They're here and there. They never have a stationary place. And
Yeah.
it kind of made me see it in a good perspective because I never saw it as a negative thing. I always thought it was really cool. Like when I would see my family members that were like that, I was like, that's really cool. I admire
Yeah.
that. But I would hear negatives from other people, you
Yeah.
hear like people talk badly about it or people talk badly about the person. So it was really cool to see it from that side because I was like, oh, like they do it by choice and they enjoy it and they kind of like make it what they want to make it,
Yeah.
So I appreciated that a lot. And I thought it was cool that they were able to shine a light on that lifestyle
Yeah.
and not make it seem like,
Like a bad
oh,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a way of life that people prefer to choose. And it's true, like all the points that they were making are pretty valid.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see how they like can be crafty and all the things that she had like built into her van. Like if I was
Yeah.
a little kid, I would fucking love that shit.
Yeah, me too. Because a part of me too, like you said, like whenever I would hear that, like I like even my dad, like right now, like he wants to like buy an RV and like retire, buy an RV and like just go around the country. Like for me, that sounds dope.
Mhm.
Like having like a few months, just go around the country, explore different states, meet different people, and just see like the world. Even though it's just here in the States, you can still see a lot.
Yeah.
And even that too, like I seen a lot of like again like on TikTok and stuff, like people turning vans into like or even this like school
Mhm.
bus into like little homes and stuff. I feel like that's really interesting to me. It's like what the hell, like you can fit a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's like the whole movement of the tiny house movement, like all that. And
Yeah.
I remember one of my aunts, she passed away, but I remember she was like some magical being to me when I was little because she was like that. She never really had a stable home. She was always kind of everywhere. And I
Yeah.
remember one time close to when she was sick, she stayed with us and all she had was a box, like one box. That's all she had with her. And I remember I was like so confused because I was like, "Where's all her stuff?" Like I would ask my mom. I'd be like, does she not have anything?" And my mom would be like, "No, yeah, she has stuff. It's all in the box." And I'd be like, "What the fuck?" And then I remember one time, like she opened it up because I was so curious. I wanted to know what she had. Like I was like, "What could this she possibly fit in this box?" That's
Yeah.
all she had with her. Like from she was already older. And I'm like,
Yeah.
from all of her life, that's all she had. That's all it ended up being, a box. And like, dude, I've never seen someone be able to fit as many things in a box as my aunt. Like she was the master at Tetris or something because she
Yeah.
fit so much stuff in that one box. And I remember she would always tell me like, hey, you always should have a box. Like all your things should be able to fit in a box. She's like, at a moment's notice, if you need to leave and you can take that box with you and you'll be okay. And I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. But now that I think about it, I'm like, I don't even know what I would grab.
Yeah, like an emergency situation. Hey,
Yeah,
there
like
goes my collection.
I know.
Like fuck.
I'm like, damn, like all my movies would just like take up the whole, like I can't even fit like anything. I'm really bad at organizing. But yeah, I just thought that was super cool. I was always like super curious. I was like, how does she do that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it reminded me of that because that's how they were. Like they could just like fit so much stuff and like, but they were really organized and efficient about it. Like
Yeah.
I love that little like thing that she
Little
had where
tray.
yeah, that would like
Yeah.
slide out. I was like, dude, that's fucking dope. I love that. Like, I love that it was like efficient and it like had a bunch of different like you could use it for a bunch of different things.
Yeah. Not just one. Yeah.
It's just being resourceful, I feel. But as much as I would say that I would want to live that lifestyle, I'm too much of a pack rat. I love having like tchotchkes and little things. Like I can't be a
Little
minimalist.
knickknacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm not a minimalistic person.
Yeah. No, I know there's like a few boxes, like two big boxes of stuff that I have like since I was little, like little
Mhm.
drawings or like little things, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm still to this day I'm like, what are in those boxes? Like
You
why
never
do I have
open
those
them?
boxes? No, like I have, but like and I kind of have an idea what's in there, but at the same time, like, why do I have these things? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but I think at
Hmm.
a moment's notice, like if I had like 5 seconds to do something, I'll think I'd grab my computer and my hard drive because
Wow.
that's where I have a lot of my like I get not work, but like videos that I made and like videos that I've took. That's where all my pictures are saved and all that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what like I would take.
Yeah. I would just grab church.
Damn, not even Ben. I'm just kidding.
Well, I would hope that by then Ben would be already out the building, so I would just grab church. But yeah, I'm too much of a pack rat. But the good thing I think is that I'm not the type of person to get attached to things.
Yeah.
That could be a good thing or a bad thing though. But I try to see it like a good thing because I don't get too attached to like physical things, you know, like if I break
Yeah.
a mug, I'm not gonna
Like,
like
oh, this is my first coffee mug, or like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm not that sentimental, but I do have like family members that are that sentimental that they don't want to throw anything, and I'm just like, dude. I
This
mean,
is a wrapper of like the first thing. Like, I don't know.
yeah, and I
Like
remember,
hoarders.
yeah, and I always remember that was like a thing back in the day. I don't know if it is still now. I'm sure it is, but like we would have scrapbooks of like all these different things. Like my mom would save everything. Like she saved like our first like doctor's visit paper or something, and like she just saved everything. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, damn. I don't even know if that's a thing now. I mean, I would want to have something like that, but it just I don't know.
If
It's a lot of
anything, like now that you mention it, I remember like it was like a few years ago. I just decided to clean like all my stuff and like throw a lot of stuff out. And I remember I threw a lot of stuff out that I had on like those boxes, but like at the same time, like I would take a picture of it instead of having it. I was like,
Mhm.
oh well, like I mean, I don't really need this thing. It's just like, oh look, a picture of
It's a
something I
picture
used to
of
have
something I
before.
had.
Yeah, like you know, like
There was a girl that did that. She oh no, it wasn't a real girl. It was in a movie. Yeah. This girl, she like took pictures of all the things that she had, and I thought that was cool. It was really cool. But yeah, I think we all have our ways of kind of
like
remembering.
remembering things or yeah.
But it is really cool, like when you bust out like something from middle school and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, it is cool to see things from the past, I think.
Like I think in my IG I have like this old detention slip. It
Shut
says like,
up.
oh, it says must show like written on there. Like someone wrote it and it says turn in this paper when you go. It's like, well, I didn't go because I didn't turn it in. Like I have the paper.
Freaking John, he just was like, "Nah, I'm not going."
I was like, peace, I'm out.
Yeah,
Such a
but
bad kid. Fuck.
I was a good kid. I was a great kid.
Mm-hmm. No, just
I was a
kidding.
great kid. But yeah, so I think we ended on a good note. That was the last movie that we both watched. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that you watched and like I was just like revisiting it, you know.
Yeah.
But Fargo was the last movie I watched, which was great. I feel like we watched a lot.
Yeah. Good on
Yeah.
us.
Good on us.
I'm gonna go back to watching Game of Thrones after this.
Oh my god.
I just like binge watch everything. But yeah, I well, so do you think No Man Land is gonna get Oscar?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think it should. I
Yeah.
think it should. At least like best picture, best leading actress, probably cinematography. What about direction?
Yeah, I mean,
It's very interesting that she's gonna go from something like this to Eternals, more like MCU's Eternals. Like what?
yeah, it is a little weird because this was probably more of a passion project on her end. I'm
I
assuming.
think so, definitely. Like you can tell she wanted to tell this story about like
Yeah,
nomads and stuff like that.
and there's like a little fly. I was thinking if you wanted to win an Oscar, this was the perfect year because you have literally like no competition.
Like not a lot of competition.
It's not like other years where it's like stacked, you know?
So that's what they do in sports. Like, oh well, if you want to, you know, like this
Yeah.
season was shorter or something. I don't know.
Have they even announced if there's going to be like an actual Oscars? I don't even know.
I know they postponed it and they announced a little bit of them, like some like categories here and there, but I don't know. If anything, it's gonna be like some
Virtual.
type of ceremony, yeah, like virtual or like some type of ceremony, or I don't know what they're gonna do, honestly, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Whatever there is, we'll cover it.
I like that. I like that.
Yep.
Whatever it is, we'll
cover it.
we'll cover it. I wanted to
Sound
go
like an
over really
insurance
quick.
company.
Huh?
We sound like an
Oh,
insurance
I
company.
know. I was gonna talk about really quickly though things that are coming out that I'm excited for. I'm pretty sure you saw them. Well, yeah, you sent it to me, the Mortal Kombat trailer. Watched
Yes.
it. Are you stoked for it?
Yeah, I'm really stoked about it. I would love for them to like, because I've always liked Mortal Kombat and I like the movie or the movies, I should say. But I always was a Street Fighter guy, so I just want them to make Street Fighter like this, you know. But I'm excited either way. It looks good. It looks like the Mortal Kombat movie that we've been wanting, you know.
Yeah.
And like it looks like there's gonna be like fatalities and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, seems like everything's coming out from Warner Brothers, but like they're the only ones that are like, hey, we're gonna put it out in theaters and like on HBO Max. So,
which is crazy because it's coming out the same day as Godzilla.
Is it really
on HBO? On HBO Max, it's gonna be like a triple premiere or something. Sorry, there's a little mosquito and it's bugging me. I want to kill it. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh shit, that's a weird thing to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to have two, I mean, it's their own content. They can only like hurt each other, I guess. But at the same time, I don't know how they make money.
Yeah.
Like on the subscriptions, but I don't know.
I mean, is it really that much that they're racking in? I'm assuming it is.
I don't know. We'll see, but I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Kong versus Godzilla. I'm excited to revisit them. Those movies, those franchise, and yeah, there's a lot of little movies here and there that new ones too that I've been wanting to watch and stuff.
And HBO, going back to HBO Max, they're coming up with a lot of things. They're also gonna do a show starring Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain. I always get her confused. It's a show based on scenes from a marriage, which I had talked about recently, which I thought was crazy. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. I saw it just like 2 days ago. And I thought that'd be interesting. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I'm definitely going to probably watch it because I love Oscar Isaac and I really loved that movie. So I'm excited for that. So HBO is going to definitely have my attention for a while.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Netflix is coming up, or is it Netflix? The one that's doing the show, the Tim Burton show?
Yeah, with the Wednesday.
With the Wednesday.
With the Wednesday.
Wait, so
Wednesday Addams.
Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, thought I was getting confused with another thing, but no, yeah. Okay. I'm excited for that too because I mean, Tim Burton fan. So I would definitely check it out. I'm thinking of something else.
I feel like there was something else like announced or something. I don't know.
But yeah, for right now, those are the ones that I can think of. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, I started working back at the movies. It's pretty sad to see it so slow. I wish more people would go, but I understand. We're still kind of in the middle of it.
Middle things, yeah.
Yeah, but I think in like a couple of months, things will get a little bit better.
I've been hearing a lot of people getting vaccines. Like, I work in a hotel, so I always like bring people like from the airport to the hotel, like pilots from all over. It's kind of dangerous, but I've heard about like a lot of people already. Like, oh yeah, I got like my first dose or something. And so that's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, hey, if it works, then yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But also, this is probably what I'm going to be starting because I saw this one thing that intrigued me. This creature that comes out in this show. Because I still don't know what the show is about. All I know is that, God damn it, the guy who came out in Last Black Man in San Francisco and also The Five Bloods. I really like Jonathan Majors. Yeah, he comes out in the show, and I've heard nothing but great things about it. So this is probably another one I'm gonna watch right here, Lovecraft Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thank you guys so much for anybody who joined in. It was a pretty jam-packed episode. We covered a lot since we covered like 2 weeks and stuff like that. But yeah, let us know in the comment section down below what you guys been watching, what you guys are looking forward to, and how you guys doing. And like always, stay safe, wear the masks, social distance, and all that stuff. And watch more movies, guys. You guys have no excuse. You guys are in the house. You can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Knock out those movies you've been wanting to see and stuff like that.
Yep. See you guys later.
Anything you want to say, Audrey?
Oh, no. I was just going to say thanks for joining too and what he said.
All right, guys. Until